have at least done some of it on Friday, but you guys were not attentive. This is for our test tomorrow. Number 1. Yes. This is 1.8. One-step equations, which means we're only going to do one step to solve it. So I'm going to add 11 to both sides. P equals 6. Good. Number 3. I'm going to divide by the coefficient 20. Yes. Okay, number 5. I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by 13 or 13 over 1. All my 13s cancel the 1. So R equals. How you doing? Welcome back. Okay, number 7. Again, on story problems, you don't get credit for the answer. You get credit for what? The expression, the equation. What? How many boxes of cereal can you buy with 50 bucks if one box costs $5? Our question was, how many boxes? So X is going to equal the number of boxes. Okay. We have 50 bucks. And each box costs $5. If you want to solve these, go ahead. Again, I'm not grading on the answer. I'm grading on how you guys set it up. Divide both sides by 5. I get X equal 10. So this is my answer. Looking for those two. Yes, I am. It's on Google Classroom, every lecture. That's why when you guys like goof around, you can go back and watch the videos, or if you're absent, you can watch the video. Yes, you do. Ogre stole 27 of your muffins. That was 3/4 of all of them. How many are left? So my X equals how many number of muffins left. So Ogre stole 27. That was 3/4. Actually, we need to put our X over here and our 27 over here. Huh? Back to no, I was right the first time. My mistake. My mistake. What's the easiest way to get rid of a fractional coefficient? Divide or yeah, we're dividing by 3/4, which is the same thing as multiplying by 4/3. Okay, these all cancel the 1. 1 times x is put that in your calculator, x equals 36. This is kind of a two-step here because it's asking how many are left. X is the total number we started with. This is a really poorly worded. Yeah, we're going to have to take 36 minus 27. 9 are left. Oh, okay. What is this? Oh, yeah, I remember this. Okay. All right, no problem. Test review for the test tomorrow. Okay, number 11. Yeah, I don't like the way this is worded. Don't worry about this one on your test. I'm gonna take it off if it's on there. Leah spent $20 on 10 toy cars. How much did each toy car cost? Well, X is going to be cost of each car, right? Spent $20 on 10 cars. So 10 times X equals 20. This is what you're getting graded on. If you want to solve it, go ahead. $2 a car. Then we graduated to 1.9. 1.9 was two-step equations. Okay, so that means we have to do at least 2 steps. Okay, I have a variable in the numerator, so I have to get the variable term by itself. So I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides first. I get m divided by 8 equals 2. Multiply both sides by the denominator 8, or 8 over 1. So m is going to equal 16. Number 15, be careful here. I have negative 8 plus p both locked into that numerator. So I'm going to multiply by the denominator first, 2, or 2 over 1. 2's cancel. I get my negative 8 plus p equals negative 20. Yes. You can do it a different way. You could multiply by 8 first, but you'd have to multiply every term by 8. Okay. In other words, you'd have to multiply that term by 8, this term by 8, and that term by 8. P, we're going to add 8 to both sides. Yes. So P is going to equal negative 12. Question. Number 17. Okay, I'm going to subtract 4 on both sides first. Leaves me with 5n equals 65. Divide by the coefficient 5. N equals 13. I think there's an extra copy in the bin over there. And number 19, I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. I get negative 6x equals 7 minus 7 is 0.
Oh, wow.
Divide by negative 6. So x equals 0. Okay, then we did two-step story problem. Yep. This person, whatever the name is, bought 9 hats. A week later, half of all the hats were destroyed in a fire. There are now only 17 hats left. With how many did he start? Yeah. So x is going to equal number of hats started with. So he started with x hats. Then this person bought 9 hats. We're going to add 9. A week later, half of all the hats were destroyed in a fire. So whatever that number is, half of them destroyed in a fire. Now there's only 17 left. So this is what you're getting graded on. If you want to solve this, by all means, go ahead. You're going to multiply both sides by 2. I get x plus 9 equals 34. And then subtract 9 from both sides. And I get x equals 25. Okay, 23. Sarah Wong spent half of his weekly allowance buying pizza. To earn more money, his parents let him weed the garden for $6. What is his weekly allowance if he ended up with 15? So x, guys, quiet down. X is going to equal his weekly allowance. Okay, so he spent half of his weekly allowance buying pizza. So here's his weekly allowance. He spent half of it for pizza. To earn more money, his parents let him weed the garden for $6. So he added $6 to this. And he ended up with $15. So this is what you get graded on. Yep, you graded on the setup. If you want to solve it, go ahead. Subtract 6. I get x divided by 2 equals 9. Multiply both sides by 2. X equals 18. But again, you don't get any credit for the right answer or the wrong answer. You get credit for defining the variable and setting up the equation on the test. I don't know. Can't remember. You should, because the test is tomorrow. Okay, number 25. Trayvon had some candy to give to his 4 children. He first took 2 pieces for himself and then evenly divided the rest among his children. Each child received 4 pieces. With how many pieces did he start? So let's define the variable. X equals number of pieces he started. What? Where? Yeah. Okay, so he gave some candy to his 4. He first took 2 pieces for himself. Then he evenly divided to his 4 kids. Each child received 4 pieces. So this is what you get graded on. Yes. Yes. Okay, multiply. If you want to solve it, go ahead. You're not going to get graded on it. You get graded on the setup and defining the variable and setting it up. Multiply by 4. I get x minus 2 equals 16. Add 2. 18. Okay, 27. 131. So x equals careful in the bus. Okay, so 131 students went on a field trip. So that's our total. 4 buses were filled and 7 students traveled in cars. So 4 buses times the number of students in the bus, and then 7 cars. 7 students in cars. This is what you get graded on. Bless you. If you want to solve it, by all means, have at it. For x equals 124. And then divide by 4. You get x equals 331. Then we did 1.10, which was multi-step equation. And this got a little complicated because it went from pretty basic multi-steps to very large multi-steps, which was distribution on both sides, variables on both sides. It actually took quite a bit to do a problem. All right, let's solve some of these. Let's see, nothing to distribute, but I can add common terms, combine like terms on the same side. So I get -3 equals n minus 5. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. 2 equals n, or n equal 2. 31. Combine like terms on the same side. So I get 9 equals 9m. Divide both sides by 9. I get 1 equals m. Okay, I'm going to combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign. So I have 4r, negative 8r. Guys, quiet down. I get negative 4r carried down to minus 5 equal 11. Add 5 to both sides. Bring down the negative 4r equals 16. Divide by negative 4. I get r equals negative 4. Okay, the next set of problems involve the distributive property. If there is not a number outside the parentheses, it's considered to be a 1. So I have negative 1 I have to distribute. Negative 1 times negative v gives me a positive v. Negative 1 times negative 7, positive 7. Subtract 7 from both sides. And I get v equals negative 8. $37. I have to distribute the negative 8. Negative 8 times 5, negative 40. Negative 8 times negative 7n, positive 56n. I'm going to add 40 to both sides. Negative 40 plus 40 is 0. These add up to 0. Get 56n. Divide both sides by 56. And I get 0 equals n. $39. Now I have two distributive properties I have to do. So 57 equals 7 times negative 5, negative 35. 7 times 3k plus 21k. Negative 1 times 7k. Doesn't matter. Negative 7k. Negative 1 times positive 6. Negative 6. Combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign. We have a positive 21k and a negative 7k. It's a positive 13k. Negative 35 minus 6, negative 41. Add 41 to both sides. So I get 98 equals 13K. Divide both sides by 13. And K equals 6. $41. T 50 negative 51 equals, distribute to 3. Good, 3x. Good. Okay, combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign. Negative 15x, good. Minus 6, good, Dewey. Add 6 to both sides. Negative 45 equals negative 15x. Should be negative 45 divided by negative 15 is positive 3. So x equals 3. Turn the radios off. Turn the cell phone down. All right, I'm gonna skip to page 7 and do some geometry concepts. Okay, number 51. What kind of angle do I have here? Right, a right angle, so it equals 90 degrees. I just add up the measure of the angles, which is 35 plus 2x plus 1, and then solve for x. Combine like terms. 35 plus 1, 36 plus 2x equal 90. Let's subtract 36 from both sides. I get 2x equals 54. Divide by 2. So x is going to equal 27. Number 53. Again, I have a right angle, so these add up to 90. So you have 4x plus 34. Solve for x. Subtract 34 from both sides. I get 4x equals 56. Divide both sides of the equation by 4. And I get x equals 14. Double check, I'm sorry, I didn't even have that on. Double check the instructions. Make sure that that's all they're asking for. Okay, sometimes they'll ask for the angle measurement, then we got to go back and plug it in. All right, 55, I have a linear pair or a straight line. So when I add up the angles, what is it going to equal? 180, right? They're supplementary. Subtract 118. And I got B equals 62. 37. Again, they're supplementary. So add up the angle measurements. 76 plus B. Subtract 76. So B equals 104. Okay, when I add up all the angles of a triangle, what does it equal? All the angles added together in a triangle equals 180. Solve for x. See, combine like terms, 50 plus 65 plus 75 is 115, 180. So what's x have to equal? Subtract 180 from both sides. So x has to be 0. And 61 says find the measure of angle A. So this time we not only have to solve for x, but we're going to have to go in and plug it back in. Okay, again, add up all the angles. I have x plus 67 plus 80 plus x plus 51 equals 180. Combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign. The x plus x is 2x. 67 plus 80 is 147 plus 51 is 157. Did I say 157? Alzheimer's kicking again. 198. Subtract 198. What? Yep. So I get 2x equals negative 18. It's okay for x to equal a negative number, but not the angle measurement. So let's see what happens. Divide by 2, divide by 2. I get x equals negative 9. Now we got to find the measure of angle A. Angle A equals x plus 67. I know x is negative 9 plus 67 So the measure of angle A equals 58. And we did not do line segment additions. So don't worry about 63 through 66. I would highly suggest that you do the evens for practice work tonight. Study hard for the test tomorrow. Test, so it's like worth twice as much as quizzes. Question, comment? Remember, you're going to turn in your packets too tomorrow for homework check.